me feeling dirty, makes you feel sturdy. Say that you're mine and I know it ain't true. All those other boys sharing your love too. Leaves me feeling dirty, makes you feel worthy. Oh, 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 oh. I cannot burn you, you're just too fast. And I'm burning up like I'm too close to the sun. And I live in a fishbowl, swimming around in circles. You're tapping on the glass.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm the host, Shawn, and I have a special guest with me today.
Yeah, Murray Pulver is my name. I do a lot of guitar and a lot of music production up here in Winnipeg, Canada, and I've been at it a long time. Been playing lots of different gigs, lots of different people, and I'm happy to be here today, Shawn.
Thanks. I really appreciate you taking the time out, brother, and spending this little time with me, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Happy to be here.
All right, Murray, so what's the best place for people to get a hold of you? Would it be through Instagram or through Facebook?
Sure. Yeah, Instagram, I'm at Pulver Murray. Pulver, like pulverize.
I'll put it right up here for everybody to see.
At Pulver Murray, yeah. And then I do have a website too, murraypulver.com, which sometimes gets the emails to me. Hopefully, I've had a couple of people say, "Hey, you never got back to me." I'm like, I didn't get anything. But
that went to your AOL account.
Yeah, I'm not super present. I mean, I check messages all the time, but I don't post a lot of stuff. So I'm pretty boring to follow. But
well, you're not boring as far as your music career. So as we're starting off here, just give us an example of what kind of bands you've been in and some people
Sure.
you've produced right off the cuff.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I got my career started. My goal was to. I was like, I'm going to tour with a major label act. I had no clue how I'm going to make that happen out of Winnipeg, Canada, especially. But I managed to, yeah, Winterpeg. Yeah. You know it all well. You know it well, it seems. But my first experience in a studio was at a place called God of Thunder, which was Brad Roberts from Crash Test Dummies studio. And I actually live a block away from it now, but he just happened to be there at the time and heard me playing guitar. I was about 20, 21 maybe at the time. And he was just hanging out upstairs. The studio was downstairs, but there was a video of the basement being sent to the living room because that's where the board was. And he just apparently listened the whole time. And he told my friend, "Hey, if I ever need a guitar player, I'm going to get this kid who's down in the basement right now." And so I met him, and they went on to have a huge record with. They had just finished recording "God Shuffle His Feet," and then they went on, and that became a massive hit worldwide, and sold millions of records. And I was still, struggling in the basement and playing a bunch of gigs around town. I did a ton of gigs and lots of guitar teaching actually, and then I got a call that, from Brad and said, "Hey, do you want to go on tour?" And I was like, "Are you serious?" It ended up being, I ended up going to London, England, where they were living at the time for audition. And then I did some recording with them in the Bahamas with legendary Terry Manning at Compass Point, and then toured the world. And it was crazy because I had never really played gigs outside of the city before. And all of a sudden I'm heading out on a bus tour. It was just like, what is happening? So that was pretty surreal. Also a dream come true. And then I did that for about 4 or 5 years. And then I ended up having my first kid, my daughter, and then I sort of stayed home. And so I stopped that. And then I went into playing with a band here called Doc Walker, which is a country band. We had a lot of success up here in Canada and Australia, and it led me to moving to Nashville for a couple of years, and I did some studio stuff there and a lot of songwriting, and I ended up heading back to Canada though, and got into producing. I was just like, I think this is where I should land because it feels like I I love throwing my 2 cents in with no matter who I'm playing with. I can't help it. I got to throw in my ideas. And a friend luckily said, you should produce my project. You got so much to say about it. And I was like, okay, I don't even know what that means, but I'll find out, I guess. And so upon coming back to Canada from living in Nashville, one of the first projects I worked on um, that's done a lot for me in the production world was the Brothers Landreth called album called Let It Lie, and and man, honestly, I don't know what I was doing. None of us did. We all looked at the room and was like, "Is this good?" I think so. I mean, we were basically uh, kind of listening to a Shawn Colvin record and to Doyle Bramhall records, and we were like, "Man, maybe something like this." But we missed the mark every time. But I think in missing the mark, we hit on something else, which was, just sort of trusting our guts. And it was a magical record to be part of. And you make something and you just never know, well, who's this going to reach? To be honest, I feel like I've made a career out of like producing records because of that one record.
So I got to be honest with you on that record, man. Tapping on the Glass and
Oh
seeing
yeah.
Ario posing out there, live cuts with it, and him and Joey on stage playing that. That song got me. And then eventually Greenhouse
Oh,
came into play, and Greenhouse became
gorgeous
one of
song.
my favorite songs. Yeah, beautiful. And then of course Made Up Mind,
Made
which
Up
we all
Mind.
know. Tell everybody what happened to Made Up Mind recently.
Yeah. Well, Made Up Mind was a song that we, believe it or not, wasn't on the first version of the record. Um, there was a Canadian version of Let It Lie, but then they got signed in the US to a small label, and luckily the label head said, I think we need three more or two more songs. I want you to use this exact same team you used up in Canada, but we need two more songs, and we'll put this out in America or worldwide, I guess. And so the guys went and wrote a song with a guy named Jonathan Singleton down in Nashville, and they wrote "Made Up Mind," and we took one day in the studio and recorded two more songs, and maybe did a few overdubs, like just some. Well, we recorded the vocals another day, uh, and my friend Jason Gant in Nashville mixed it, and that song has given those guys quite the journey. Like we
So
actually knew we had heard that.
who recently redid it?
So Bonnie Raitt did it on her last record, and she won a Grammy for like Americana Song of the Year.
Incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, it's incredible. And what's really cool is this is wild. We had no clue what song she was going to do.
Right. Of course.
And we only got a hint that she was actually going to do one by the guitar player in the who was recording at the time. I can't recall who played on it. Um, went into get this certain pedal, this Joey Landreth signature uh, pedal, and in Nashville, and then I can't remember the guy's name. Everything's
Was it a harmonic trem?
no, it was one
He's
of
always
the
talking about that on that pedal
I
show.
know,
Every time
yeah.
he's talking Harmonic trem.
It was one of those man.
Mythos?
I wish.
Probably
Yeah, I
Mythos
think
pedal?
so. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's probably was it the Fleece or one
yeah,
of those?
yeah.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah,
like,
probably
I
like
need
a
this
clone
pedal.
type
I'm
thing.
supposed to get this pedal so I can play on the track. And then they're like, he phones Joey. He's like, man, I think Bonnie Raitt's going to cover a song of yours. And they're what? And funny story is the guys were like, oh man, I just hope it's not the one Dad wrote. 'Cause their dad wrote a song on the record
Oh
that's
man.
a fantastic song, but it ended up being Made Up Mind, and Bonnie has taken it to new heights. And what was really cool is I didn't hear it. None of us heard it until it came out, and was just like,
Wow.
wow.
How
And
cool
Bonnie
is
has
that?
become a great friend of the Bros, and she actually sings backgrounds on two new songs on the record.
Is that record out already? Because I'm such a fan. I should know. I think it's
November
getting really.
14th,
I knew it was coming up. Dog
or
Year,
no,
I believe. Is it
November
right?
11th.
November
11th.
14th is what I'm seeing on
14th.
Spotify. Yeah, there you go. It's one of those days.
Set me
you know?
straight, all right, Shawn?
Yeah, at our age, a few days makes a
Yeah,
difference. It's
whatever.
like minutes to us. Isn't it?
So yeah, but she sings. She listened to the record because we got her keyboard player who has actually from Winnipeg. I know, yeah, Glenn Patcha, amazing talent. He's been on tour with her for the last couple of years, and he played it for her because he was so pumped about it. And she said, "Oh, I want to sing on a song on this." And we were like,
Oh, let me think about it.
"Are you serious?" And she ended up singing on two. She just loved it.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. So,
So,
how many tracks do you know offhand approximately are coming out with this Dog Year?
I believe it's
I think it's
10 or
showing
11.
It's showing 11, but only
yeah, it's
hidden,
11
like,
songs. It's 11 songs.
It's interesting with the new stuff. Like, so it looks like I'll Drive is you can click on that and hear it, but the rest of them are like ghosted.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like
exactly.
track 3 through 11. So
Yeah,
this-
she sings on a song called Knuckles and a song called oh, they're not in front of me. So many songs ago.
That's fine. She's
She's
you were
on there.
involved. You were involved with the production of this album. I take it too.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Correct.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be involved with all their.
And playing guitar too on it.
I
Are you playing
played maybe
guitar?
just on a few things.
Okay.
Actually, we started the sessions, and the goal was to have, because we had so much fun on tour. The goal was to have the band play live and just track it like that.
Excellent.
And we did a couple of songs, and I felt like I just wasn't in the right. Playing guitar on it just didn't feel right. I was like, I could play some complimentary things, but I actually really wanted to hear it on the other side of the glass, and I feel I made. It was easier for me to make decisions that way and be fair to the music. And it's Joey Landreth playing guitar. What do I need to do?
Yeah, he knows a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
So I just felt like, oh, I'm not. This isn't the Bros if I'm playing guitar, and like I did play some guitar on previous records for sure, but it just felt like it wasn't right, and I wasn't getting the right perspective of the music that way. So we rethought it and approached the songs again another time, and they turned out magic.
That's excellent, Murray. Knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them,
When to fold
knowing
them.
when to walk away, knowing when to run away. You can use those for a song if you want.
Oh yeah, hey man,
But I don't.
you just came up with that?
Good
Brilliant,
improv,
man.
right? But really, there's we're laughing about it, but there's truth to that. So like being a
Oh,
good producer
yeah.
that way, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, where you're gonna pick your battles, where you're gonna
It's-
jump in, where you're gonna edit, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like it's about the music and what's best for the music. And sure, I love like honored to play guitar on that, but and I did some things on a song called Knuckles that I think we kept. But honestly, it was like this just didn't feel right. I just feel like it's Joey knows what to do, and he plays so different when it's songs of his own. That he doesn't need my influence happening, besides maybe verbally going, oh, what about that cool thing you do? Blah, blah, blah,
Sure. So just nudging them a little bit, like a
Yeah.
good coach. You're like a good coach out there, man.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
You got your star players.
That's
And
kind of what
you
production
know where-
seems to be. Yeah.
You know where to set them up, and then if they're doing something maybe one way, maybe just bring them back. But you're not
Exactly,
sitting
yeah.
there. You're not an Xbox controlling. Kind
No,
of thing,
no.
You're
I don't
just
want to be a
getting
producer like that, man. I just can't do it.
there. So there were some videos I thought I saw you with Brothers.
Yeah.
Landreth. Wasn't it acoustic type stuff? They're really well shot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
What were those for a second?
So
I'll
the
kinda
acoustic
post something here.
things, yeah, the acoustic things were the first record, Let It Lie. We did it the 10-year anniversary of it. We did it all live, the three of us, Joey, Dave, and myself, and then they made it into a vinyl set that was like a
Yes.
10-year anniversary of Let It Lie. So it's pretty cool, and
Beautiful.
that turned into a tour and stuff with them, which was a blast. Yeah.
I wish I would have seen that. That's incredible.
Oh, honestly,
You
it
know-
was a highlight for sure.
it kind of reminds me, everybody talks about John Mayer as being a good staple for that idea of doing pop, making it big, and then going to his blues and his trio, and then
Yeah.
doing an acoustic set. Now he's had them tours last year or so where some of the tour sets were acoustic, and then he had like a horn player out there with them, and he would put that out there kind of ahead of time if you're buying St. Louis tickets. And he's doing acoustic that set, that whole
Right.
like that night, and it's really interesting because I feel like you guys pull that off. Like you got Joey, and you're doing an acoustic album, you're doing electric, you got
Yeah. I mean, it's
soulful.
kind of all like, there's so much music to be made and so many ideas and Dave Landreth sort of spearheaded that thing and like because we did actually I think it's a really cool watch is we did Cat Stevens tribute during the pandemic and we did two songs on there and that kind of spearheaded the acoustic version of the record.
If somebody gets onto YouTube here, since they're watching us on YouTube, but
Yeah.
if you get onto YouTube here and you search Murray Pulver, you look up, you'll see that falls into like the
It does?
algorithm
Okay.
that shows up. And
Very
I think
good.
that's so cool. Some of that stuff is so
Oh.
great. And I just want to encourage people. I'll throw something up here so they can just find you.
Oh,
easily
neat.
on
Yeah, I
YouTube.
think we did a version of this song called Into White that I think just turned out really magical.
So, Murray, let's back up even a little bit further. So,
Yeah.
you and I were discussing our similarities here. You were probably raised in the 70s and like 80s.
Yeah, born 71. Yeah.
72. So, there you go. So, and then the MTV generation. And you and I remember late night radio and, our favorite radio hosts playing their
Oh, man.
B-sides and all that kind of stuff. But so, what was your musical background as far as your household? Because I heard a cool story about your dad buying some PA equipment.
Yeah,
Can you tell everybody about that?
my dad at 40 years old decided without telling my mom that he was going to go out and buy a drum set and a giant PA system and they were going to without her knowing he brought it all home. She came down he goes, come down to the basement and like there's this drum set and PA system and that's the only time I think my parents ever really had a fight, to my knowledge, anyway. But she was furious, and he's like, he was this funny guy from Berlin. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna learn drums, and we're gonna start a band. We're gonna hire everybody, and you're gonna sing, and we're gonna play every weekend." And you know what? He hired great people from around the little town I grew up in, and they played every weekend. And what was cool is my dad took all the money for like all his family was in Germany, so he took all the band like money that he and my mom had earned, and he'd fly us to Spain, and we'd stay for a month, visiting his family,
cool
but
is
like
that?
on a villa on the Mediterranean. Like he was all about
Go, Dad,
making us
go.
have a good life. Yeah. So my first actually experience playing in a band was with their band because their guitar player said he couldn't do a gig and they said, well, who are we going to get? And they said, well, Murray knows all the chords. Like, and that's all I knew, was strumming, but I was starting to dive into the metal, and so, but I knew Rat wouldn't go over or any George Lynch licks. But yeah, I started. I played with them, and I was like, I had a promising soccer path I was on, like, and
What
man, I made
position
100.
did you play? What position were you?
I was
Like
actually
midfield,
the halfback,
defender?
middle, yeah,
Halfback.
and it was just like, it was just, I that's what I loved, right? My dad was from Germany, grew up on that, and then, yeah, at 15 years old, I made $150, and I was like, forget soccer, man. I'm
$150 for what? Playing that night or something?
yeah, that night. I still
Dude,
make
that's what-
$150
That's what they
sometimes.
still play. That's what they still pay right now. To be honest with you, out here, I don't know about you,
Well, here
but
too, man.
it
Yeah,
hasn't changed much.
I just
Like,
made
that's-
$150 on Saturday. Yeah, woo. And but yeah, so I just caught the bug, and my dad was like, they stopped the band. I was jamming a bunch of Iron Maiden songs with a bunch of young guys here in town, and man, he said, "You guys are really talented, but if you learn these songs that my band used to play, I'll get you bookings, and you guys can make money." And we were like, okay, because we were talented young kids, and man, we played every weekend through high school. I that was my job.
What kind of songs were they?
Oh
were you
man,
playing,
everything
like?
from like Juice Newton to Van Halen Jump, like whatever. We played everything from the 50s to the 80s at the time, I guess.
So it
You know.
helped make you a little deeper, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Instead
Oh
of
man, I
just
could I could
playing
pull
what
out
you
a
got.
bunch of polkas for you if you want. Like I got a catalog of tunes,
I love
but it
it.
was good. Like I learned how to sing lead or sing harmonies, all that stuff, just from doing all that kind of stuff, and it was super helpful. It was a great education. And then I went to music school for 2 years, and then here in Winnipeg, and I met a lot of people and just started playing as much as I could. Any situation I could find, and I just was eager to learn. It's like, well, if maybe I'll learn that I never want to play that gig again, or at least I learned something.
Say it, because that's something I always taught my kids and maybe my
Yeah,
grandkids now is like you always learn something, either what to do or what not to do.
exactly. Yeah, and that was my mindset in my early 20s, just like, oh man, I'm gonna do everything I can. And I taught a lot of guitar, and man, I learned a lot by teaching, and have it was very fulfilling also. And so yeah, I just immersed myself in everything I could do. And along the way, like I wish I'd practiced more, because I would have been more prepared for certain situations. But at the end of the day, I you just work hard to be a good person, show up on time, learn your material. You'll be just fine. You'll do
That's
just
great. I
fine.
love it. So it's good advice though, the work hard. I mean, work hard doesn't always equate to success, but it
Yeah.
does set you up for success, and it gives you the depth and the integrity when you
Yeah, you
learn
could be
how
the
to.
most talented person on the planet, but if you don't work hard, like and make connections and what good is it? Like,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's that kind of
yeah,
thing in music though too.
grit.
I've seen some talented people come across and they can do everything it seems like, but they're egocentric
Yeah,
and they didn't get far, and it was like, okay, well that made sense. And then
yeah, and yeah, its personality goes a long way, man. Also, like, and that fight, you need the fight. You,
the
you have
depth.
to have, yeah, you have to want it.
It's so true.
Whatever that is, you got to really want it. You
It
know?
sounds great. So what kind of, so you were alluding to some of the music you listened to. So what were your parents were like? Did they have records
Oh,
when you
my
were a little
parents had
kid?
terrible taste in music. I mean, okay, well, maybe not like guilty pleasures. Like they listened to ABBA a
Oh my
lot,
gosh.
but ABBA, man, the
Dancing
chord,
Queen.
oh, the chord progressions and stuff, like those are killer hooks and killer playing and amazing compositions, truthfully. And they listened to my dad listened to a lot of blues, I guess, and he played harp actually really great. So um and yeah, it was a lot of, I mean, I had my way with them, really. I could listen to the radio whatever I wanted to. Like they were pretty open to, they sensed my interest and my excitement about music, so they let me, you know
Cool. They didn't sit here and limit you, like,
no, they were okay
that's
with me
cool.
putting on like a White Snake record or whatever.
Yeah, man. So we talked about somebody too here a few minutes ago, like the Canadian scene. I grew up in Niagara Falls, New
Hmm.
York area, and we got the radio of Kim Mitchell's and
Woo.
yeah, I think
Kim,
Was Loverboy also.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're from
so go
Vancouver.
ahead. So
Yeah,
Kim Mitchell was a guy that nobody down here in Tulsa really knew,
you
and
know
I
what?
played that
Paul
song.
Gilbert's a huge fan. Paul Gilbert is a huge Kim Mitchell fan. And Kim Mitchell is one of the most fluid sounding guitar players I've ever heard. Killer sound. No matter what guitar he picks up, it's just like, wow. He's a bit of a Canadian icon for sure. And and I've got to know Kim a little bit, just because Canada's such a small population, man. You one of my friends got to play drums with him for
Wow,
years, and so he would come out and he's seen my country band. He's a fan of the Bros, actually. Um, yeah, so it's
cool. That's
yeah,
pretty neat.
Kim's
Brian Adams was always the flagship for me when it comes to Canadian.
he
I
played
was
here
I
last
loved.
night.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh my
yeah.
goodness! And then of course we can't
Well,
mention Canada without mentioning Rush.
as a kid in plastic shop, made a Rush sign. Like, that's Canadiana right there for sure. It's, yeah. What kid doesn't know the opening? Like, you have to know Closer to the Heart. Like, you have to know how to play it. That's required.
All right, here's a quick
No.
question from off the cuff. So, what's your favorite like B-side Rush song?
Whew.
Anything?
B-side.
Anything
Man,
come to mind?
I don't I guess this wouldn't be a B-side, but why do I just love like subdivisions and songs
There you
like
go.
that? Like in the concert halls, in the shopping malls. To be cool or be cast out. Like it's just I don't know,
Yes.
there's something about it like I always wondered like where else on the planet will I hear like because Canadian radio was so wild. Like you have the
It was
amount of Canadian content that they have to play, like it's just law. And
Triumph and all
so
them.
so yeah, you'll hear like, a Madonna song followed by subdivisions. It's like,
Yes, you're so right. You're so true.
man,
Because we used to get the Canadian radio stations from Hamilton
yeah.
in the Buffalo area. So we had like
Yeah.
97 Rock, 96.9. Then we had 97.7, I think it was.
Okay.
And so we'd always have it, back in the boombox days, we had to do the
Yeah.
dial without
Yeah.
the digital thing.
Yeah.
You just real quick, they're right there. And then they're somewhere up in like 107.1 or something,
Yeah.
which was right after the country station, 106.5. It was right after there was a Canadian station. But the nighttime Canadian radio was so cool, man. They were playing
Man.
all these like trendy, what I guess we'd call like college alternative or something. And it was
Yeah.
like Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh yeah, Bare Naked Ladies.
Flaming
Man.
Lips or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was always weird. Like I'm like, what am I listening to right now?
I know, yeah, it's bizarre, and there's like Canadian music is definitely has its unique flavor, for sure. It's
So,
informed by a lot of American music, but it's like
well,
definitely different.
I would put money out there right now to have Bros Landreth do subdivisions. I start a GoFundMe just to like.
Let me
come
imagine
on.
that. Oh man,
And you got to be on it with them. So
Yeah.
I'll throw down the first $500 towards that one. I want to hear that one on record, man. Let's go, man. You get 150 a night, so that's about 4 nights of playing for you right now.
that's
So,
right.
come
Yeah,
on. It's terrible. Making
Wow,
fun of
I
that.
love
We're
it.
old guys right now making fun of it, But all right, so Murray, so your first instrument was it guitar, or do you play piano too?
I
Or do you
played
play
drums
accordion,
first,
or what do you
actually.
do? Drums.
yeah, because my dad bought the drum set, so I was like, hey, I got to know. But then one day I had this realization. It's like, man, Elvis never played the drums, so I got to play what Elvis plays.
And the Beatles, they did, they were
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
you see the guitars up front, not Ringo.
It's a guilty pleasure, man, getting behind the drum kit though. It's like, oh yes, come on. I can rock, but I seriously suck. So I can keep a good beat going for a while, but
So what was your first guitar? Or was it something out of a department
oh
store?
man,
Was it a music
yeah, it was an
store
Area
thing?
Pro 2,
Yeah.
kind of like the Vivian Campbell model. Do you
Yes,
remember
I
that?
love
It was like
Vivian.
black and white. Yeah, it was a wicked guitar actually.
River
Like,
Dogs is one of my favorite
Yeah.
Vivian Campbell's. River Dogs, a Canadian Rob
the-
Lamoth on bass
Oh, yeah.
and singing like, man.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, Vivian
sorry
Campbell.
you took me there. I was like, he plays for
Man.
Def Leppard. Well, yeah. Well, he also
Yeah.
played for
Favorite Dio.
Yeah, name it. Yeah, right. Of course.
I know.
right.
So yeah, he had this guitar when he was playing with Dio that was this Aria Pro 2. Like I forget what the model was, but it was like a Z kind of guitar, half black, half white. I wish I had it still. It was amazing actually. But it was yeah, there's some good Canadian.
So
companies
you're
for sure.
jamming with that, and then you eventually
Yeah.
moved along. And so when you went to college, let's fast forward a little bit. When you're out of college and gigging, what was your main kind of instrument? Then was it like a Strat type thing or
It
something?
was a Strat. Yeah, I had a Strat Elite series. So very bizarre. I know. I wasn't as cool as that because that's pretty
That's
awesome.
a reissue. Thanks.
Yeah, but I had this. There was a great guitar player in my little hometown who found this because my dad put it out that I was looking for a Strat, and he found this Elite series, this cream-colored Elite series. I think it was an '80s type, and it actually had push buttons for the pickups. It was very odd.
Cool.
But yeah, man, I used to when I was young, I just played that through a Fender Twin, like the red knob Fender Twins with
Wow.
with a wah pedal and a tube screamer, and that was it. And
Man, Murray the minimalist.
I got gigs somehow with all that.
It must have been your touch, man.
Oh, I was better then, I think, in some ways. Or definitely more reckless abandon anyway.
There's the truth. That's good retrospect right there. Introspect, you could say, is
Yeah.
the fact that you're being honest about that, because when you have reckless abandonment, it's kind of like that teenage kid just going for it because he doesn't care what people say.
Yeah.
He's just,
Yeah.
compared to those of us who've been hurt more as we go on in our time,
Yeah.
we become more guarded and jaded, and we're like,
Yeah.
I'm not
And
going
you
to go there.
the more you learn sometimes, the more it inhibits, it takes a long time to sort of, like I found music school actually was great for me in so many ways because it introduced me to so many people and introduced me to so much information, but it also, in some ways, inhibited me for a while because it took me a long time as a young guy to realize what got me excited about music, and I was trying so hard to be somebody I wasn't. And so I found it took me a while to just sort of accept who I was and what got me pumped about music and what was exciting to me. And once I realized that, I felt like my path was much clearer and moved a lot faster.
That's amazing. So let me ask you, Murray, if you were producing somebody right now, we're in the studio and we finished the production, and I said that to you. I said, Murray, you helped me just realize what my passion is on guitar, man. You just helped me producing this to draw out what I would. That be like one of the biggest compliments you could ever
Oh,
get?
of course. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I feel, yeah, that'd be a huge compliment. I mean, and if you can be an influence to someone to just help them realize who they are and be comfortable in their own skin, you know, uh, both as a person and musically, um, that's what the world needs, is just people who are good with being who they are and 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 reaching their full potential that way, and uh, that might be a broader message, but
Somebody
but
might need to hear this right now. And this is a big deal you're talking about, Murray. This is not wisdom at 20 years old. This is wisdom
Right.
over 50 right here. You're looking back, and what you're kind of alluding to is that, like, the music school they taught you something, they unlocked the knowledge, but that also
Yeah.
made you aware of your lack of knowledge.
Yes, for very, very true. And it, you know, I think each music school, of course, there's going to be different teachers that have different influence. But in some ways, I kind of felt like I was at a place where um, I was being sort of forced into trying to be something that I just really wasn't. I appreciate all the knowledge, and I appreciate um, all the tools that is given, but I wish there was a bit more openness. And I hear this about music schools a lot. I
Correct.
wish there was a bit more openness in realizing that the world is a big place and there's a lot of ways of approaching things, and not necessarily this as the right path for you. You really have to figure that out yourself and come to that realization that, like, okay, how can I take this and make it me, and how can I just thrive with that? So,
So the process of intake, processing it
yeah,
in order to go back out with it, and then you're very aware of it all of a sudden. You're like, I don't know
yeah,
if I'm doing this right. I don't know if
yeah,
I'm doing that right. I don't know compared to this. And then because all of a sudden you're aware of it, not comfortable then in your own skin,
yeah,
realizing that maybe I'm trying to maybe I'm a fraud.
yeah,
Right? I mean, because you're all of a sudden you're aware of it, and then
yeah,
to get past that, to
yeah,
go through that and let it just come out of you, and then pretty soon it becomes more about, like, and this happens in all different fields, just so everybody knows.
yes,
This is just
and
music.
yeah,
This is all sorts of life, and
and
all
I'm
parts
not
of it.
saying
Like,
I think it's constant growth too. Like,
right.
man, we learn every single day.
If you
I
want
learn,
to,
yeah, if
if you
you're
let
open
it,
to it,
if you
yeah,
let
if
it.
you're open to it, yeah. I feel like my whole, like, producing, and man, it's every project, every artist, it's so different, and you have to bend and you have to figure out what makes people work and what makes the music happen.
Well, people don't
You know,
realize they just got sucked into this Moments with Murray.
deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
Yeah, but it does ring true,
Yeah.
because especially through the arts and entertainment type things. So if the passion becomes stifled by maybe that not too much head knowledge,
Hmm.
it's like getting back to that passion, like you're talking about, like, who am I? So you're back in college here at this point in our story, and who was like a guitar player you thought you'd want to be like at that
To
point?
emulate,
Yeah,
Oh
to
man.
emulate. If you could just say like, if I could just go play with this guy at that point, not now.
Oh man. Uh,
Would it
I
be an
was,
'80s kind of thing?
yeah, I loved all that stuff. Of course. I mean, there was guys like, remember a guy named Michael Lee Firkins?
Sounds very familiar, but I
Man,
can't say
he
it
was
here.
an incredible guitar player. I loved all these shredders and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
out Michael Lee Firkins for anybody. He's got "Laughing Stacks" is the song. It was in Guitar Player magazine. They used to have those black little 45s that you could rip out of the magazine, and I heard Michael Lee Firkins on that, and it blew my
So if
mind.
you could have at that point, like if you could have been like that, you thought
Oh,
you would have
yeah,
made
I
it
just felt
probably.
like it was so innovative and so unique and different, and I was like,
Okay.
that guy's found his voice. But you know what? What was funny is I realized through all of the shredding period of my life and the love of like say like Pat Metheny or something like that. Uh, I at the end of the day, what I always found myself coming back to were songs, and I just love songs, and nothing makes me happier than just sort of singing a song, and it's got three chords, G, C, D, and man, it resonates with me and it resonates with people. I am so happy.
So and that's a good point because songs like something like "Here Comes the Sun," right? I'm like, like that, something like that will just come right out of me real quick.
Yeah,
Whereas like an amazing guitar solo by some shredder might not do it for me in my moment of need.
yeah, I truly love songs. I love melody. It's what I feel like it's one of my strengths. I like to have that come out in my playing. And if I can ever play something that people can sing back, awesome. That to me is like golden. And do I say that because I can't really shred anymore? Maybe a little bit, but it's kind of like I just don't have the dedication to the instrument as much as I did. I have dedication to music more so than I do to the guitar. So probably not great for a guitar podcast, but
No, it's great. But that's
but
the
I
truth of it.
my dedication is more to like what makes music work, what makes this effective, why does this affect people. Um, that to me is I feel my strength, and so I've just kind of been staying on that path. And do I love to get the yayas out and shred, or not shred, my version of shredding? Yes, I love it, and I'm still obsessed about like, oh, that's such a cool sound, and that's I love all that stuff, and like, man, I wish I could do that, but I can't.
That's all right. And that's okay.
It's all
You've been
right.
given
I'm
certain
okay.
gifts and talents and
Yeah,
opportunities. You got to take
yeah.
advantage of it. So
I'm
when you were
comfortable with who I am.
So if you were playing the Strat type thing back then in college, right?
Okay, who
And
was I
like a lot
loving?
of what's that?
Who was I loving?
No, not only that, but like let me talk about the instrument and how it works for a second. Like some people are not guitar players that watch the show,
Mhm.
and like those of us who are Strat guys, we like to fight with our instrument, a little bit. Especially
Yeah.
if I have it blocked down right now, so it doesn't, I don't have the tremolo arm going.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, but if you're playing guitars like that and they resonate, they make certain noises, and you've got the Hertz thing going, and you've got all this stuff going,
Yeah.
most people tend to end up. The Strat guys seem to tend up going towards like a Telecaster, then to a Gibson eventually or something. So, did you have a similar type of journey?
Yeah. I was all I was Strat guy, and then all of a sudden I was like, I'm sick of Strats. Hate Strats.
Now, why would you
But
hate them? Just pause right
I
there.
was just
What would be the thing that bugged you about them? Like, come on.
I think I was sick of hearing everybody play them. Like
Oh.
and I was sick of myself on it. That's what I really was.
Interesting. Okay, it wasn't like
Um,
the all the stuff that I was just nuancing about all the
Yeah, and I was
noises and
trying
the
to get into
sounds and
cooler guys, like cooler guitar players. Like I was a big fan of like people like that were playing on records that had cool, crazy sounds and less guitar-y, but just like, so I was like searching for different hollow bodies and stuff that were character guitars. And so I went through that period and then I was like, oh man, I really want a wicked Telecaster, and then you just go through certain periods. And now like I'm very much a 335 guy. I
Ooh.
I think 335 Strat and Telly are like my guitars. Like
So
those would
those
be the
are
ones.
two crazy. Do you have it sitting over there? Do you
The
have it sitting?
335?
Yeah, pick it up for a second. Let me just see. I know your lighting keeps kind of going in and out.
Oh, sorry, man.
It's all right. As you come closer there, let's see. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that your guitar of choice right now? Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And actually, the headstock
Mm-hmm.
has broken off 3 times,
Of course.
and it's gotten better every time.
I love it. So
it
tell
stays in
everybody
tune every
what kind of
time.
year, what model 335 is it? What type of year is it? What's special about it?
I'm the worst about knowing about my guitars. Okay, well, I got this. The band I was with, Doc Walker, had an endorsement deal with Gibson, and the person at the head of the department at the time was giving the other 2 guitar players in the band like these amazing guitars, and I was getting these Epiphones, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm playing lead guitar here, and I taught those guys guitar.
Yeah.
Um, and so one day I was in Toronto, and I said I'm going to go to the showcase room, and I'm going to pick a 335 out for this tour, and that's what I'm going to, play. Because I was a huge Tom Bukovac fan. Like after living in Nashville, I was like, I got to play on a session with him and stuff, and I was just like, oh man, he gets so much music out of that 335, and I was just like, that's what I want. And so this was the only one on the wall. There were a million guitars in there, and this is like the only 335, and it was virtually unplayable at the time. And I said, "Can I take this on tour?" "Oh yeah, no problem." Sign it out. And honestly, I worked so hard to get it to a point of being able to play it. And
So do you do you have a favorite position? Do you like the neck position compared to the bridge, or do you like to switch it up, like maybe the neck
all
for the
different,
verses, the bridge for the solo to punch through, or
yeah,
I
it
mean?
kind of
Like,
depends on the song, and depends on what I'm doing. And it's just I mean, like what yesterday I played on a tune, it was kind of a bluesy thing, so I had the pickup selector in the middle, and it just sounded right, you know.
gives it like a more round, like
Yeah, a little bit more round.
whole sound.
But if I'm playing like I play on a lot of country stuff, like
Do you find like a lot of the country guys or country bands out there? Like I've watched a lot from Brooks and Dunn. I got a guy, Brandon Autry's out there playing for David Lee Murphy right now.
Right.
He's been on the show. He's from Tulsa, and they're opening for Brooks and Dunn like crazy. And anyways, I don't seem to see a lot of 335s out there in my experience watching.
But in
all
the
these
studio,
bands.
you'll see a lot of them.
There you go.
Probably not for like still the telly is where it's at. In the rhythm part, like, man, it's hard to beat the 335. Like you wouldn't see a Les Paul on many sessions except for like maybe a solo or something. But playing rhythm guitar on a 335, like,
Well, Larry Carlton, Mr.
Yeah.
335. I mean, I'm a Larry Carlton fan. Seen him live a few times
Yeah.
from that era. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought maybe you're gonna bring up him, but the Tom Bukovac is a good call. Because
Tom
he has-
Bukovac is where it really came to my
Oof.
came to my awareness of the guitar, really.
Yeah.
And can you hear that? Is it too loud?
No, actually, I can't hear it at all. It keeps muting it, so I don't know. It might be
Oh.
just because of the.
Off.
But be careful if you turn
There
off
it
that.
is.
You might. There we go. Yes, now I got it. Cool.
Let's
Go
turn
for
this
it.
down a bit.
Yeah, give
Yeah,
me a
like-
couple. Give me vibes if you're doing like. Give me a couple different examples if you're doing like a country kind of thing, or a blues kind of thing, or a rock thing.
Well, like when you say country, like it's pretty much, it's a good thing we grew up on 80s metal, because like there's so much of that, whatever, some kind of riff or whatever, and then you got or my Canadian roots showing.
Yes, I love it.
Even though that's not country, but just
Little Bryan Adams.
with the rhythm stuff in the country, I'm just playing through a little Nobles.
What about blues type vibe? If you're going for a
Like,
blues vibe,
It's just like I put it in the middle there, and it's just
oh, I can hear it now. Yeah, it's got that roundness kind of thing going on. Like,
it's got that thing.
what about octaves? If you're playing some octavey kind of thing. We got a nice warm octave type sound, like the neck maybe or something.
Like,
for,
oh yeah,
octaves.
like if you're doing like a
like Manhattan. Yes. Late night with Murray.
yeah,
Murray magic.
you know, it's just got that. Yeah, you can do that. You know, it's just such a versatile guitar that I just kind of fell in love with this guitar, and yeah.
What kind of neck is it? Like a C-shaped V, soft V? Does it have more of a classic
No,
C kind of?
It's very classic, yeah.
C. Looks like it. I can't tell for sure, but
Yeah, it's you can play country licks on it, you know.
so it's flat enough. It's probably not as round a radius as like a Strat or something, but
No,
it might
it's
be a
not.
little flatter. Yeah.
A little flatter, yeah.
Yeah.
But man, it's just, to me, it's just so versatile. And,
That's so cool.
And so
Love it.
it kind of shows up at every session I go to, or most gigs. You know?
So if I brought you out like a guest right here in Tulsa right now, you're showing up as a producer today, and you're just, I've got some kind of rock thing going, kind of soft rock thing. I mean, would you bring that with you as a producer even and be like,
oh yeah,
yeah, just in case I need to explain something or drop something in, would you?
This is, I bring 2 guitars to every session. Like if I'm flying, I have I bring this Telecaster, actually a Tom Anderson.
Let me see the
Telecaster.
Ooh.
It's a Tom Anderson. Do you know Tom Anderson?
Yep.
I have had this guitar for 27 years, and it still looks like it's in new shape just because I want it to look beat up, but it just doesn't.
You can't get it to relic, huh?
No, I can't. It's too well made. But this
no.
guitar stays in tune. So I'm a stickler for tuning.
Right.
Man, if it's out of tune, or somebody's playing or bending stuff out of tune, that's one of my hardest things to deal with.
Can you plug that one in? I want to hear what the neck and the bridge sounds like on that one. That one sounds pretty cool. It looks like it's got a classic kind of telly setup, right? 3-way.
Yeah. It's like, get all the country sounds. It's just like,
yes.
It's got the spank the plank kind of stuff, But
I love guitar talk.
Just
Was that the neck? Was that the neck pickup?
It is, yeah. You can get the middle.
A little quacky, kind of funky.
Yeah, it's a great guitar. Like just
digging it, man. So how bright is the bridge pickup on it? Pretty bright.
Here. Yeah. Pretty cool. This thing.
I like it.
Can rock also.
Yeah, man.
Playing all messy. But
it's all right.
It's a great guitar. Then you get those Hendrixy things.
Yeah, it's the double stops and stuff. I like it, man. I love it. Yeah, I haven't seen too many people use them. The Andersons out there, right?
And it was kind of brought to my attention by like Pete Anderson, who used to play with Dwight Yoakam.
I am a Dwight guy. Yes.
You get all that crazy. I loved the wackiness of his playing. And I just felt he's playing the Tom Anderson. Just like kind of personality, And
you're hired.
So I loved all that stuff, and that's kind of what I took a day or 2 days when I was in Toronto one time, and I just said, okay, I'm gonna buy a telly, and I tried probably every telly in that city. I went to every store, and I kept coming back to this one, even though it was the most expensive.
Oh.
And it was just, I felt like, okay, I'm all about all purpose. If I don't have a lot of cash, so I need something that's going to last me, or that I could play every gig with. And so that's why I landed on this guitar. It also I felt like it took the most abuse. Like I could do anything with it and it would still be in tune.
Now let's talk about going to find a guitar right now, since you brought that
Sure.
up. So if we were to walk in right now, would you veer towards the relic-y kind of older stuff, or would you veer towards a new section if you're looking for a guitar? Where would you head in the shop?
Well, I feel now like I'd go for what's the more vintage, what's got the voodoo, what's got the vibe, you know? It doesn't have to be old or vintage, just stuff that's going to be, I really need, for me, I need all purpose. And I look for character, because I mean, I've got some character guitars and stuff. Like I've got this, 70s Strat and stuff too that is unique, but it's not like this vaunted, I need that guitar, or that's some, everybody needs that guitar.
Desirable one.
It just works for me. And so you really have to find something that just really fits and suits you, and you feel like you can't put it down.
So you would walk through the aisles just kind of grabbing some, maybe I'm envisioning if we were hanging out, I'm like, oh, what are we going to try today, Drew's Place? And you would just probably kind of just, oh, okay, I'll just try that. And
this looks fun.
Yeah, right. So do you like rosewood compared to maples at all, or does it not matter? You don't care?
It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe on a telly these days I'd look for a maple, just I want an extra spank or something, but it kind of just depends of like, is this sound of this instrument resonating with me, and am I feeling like I don't want to put it down,
Right.
And so I don't go guitar shopping very often because just I feel quite content with what I have.
That's great.
Sure, I'd love more instruments, of course. I don't really have much room for them. Yeah, like this is a 70s Strat, but this was my guitar teachers who ended up passing away. But
okay,
he ended up like I have the original neck still, but he shaved it down, and I was like, oh man, it just couldn't handle the Winnipeg winters.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'd have to get it set
You're
up
talking
every
about the
2 weeks.
HVAC being on, the heat and stuff, and the dry.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a great sounding guitar,
Yeah, let me go ahead, try it.
It's just got lots of, you could do. It's just a funk machine,
I love it.
But
Now,
it's-
were you using the quackies? Like, is it have a 5-way? Are you in 2 and 4 for the quack?
That quack was right in the middle. Yeah.
Of where? Where was it between? Like the 1 and the 3?
No, it's right in the middle, and then here's between.
Okay.
That sounds.
Now I'm hearing the
great.
drum fills coming.
Yeah, come on. This thing needs some work, but it's.
All right, now if you pick up a guitar, what's your first lick? Like if we're in the guitar store again, like you just tend to grab that. Do you have a go-to lick? You kind of just to test something? Because some guys do. Some guys are adamant about the fact that I will.
I think a lot of guys go like this. Like they play an A.
Alan
Sounds
Hines
good.
says A minor is the people's key.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Probably play an A chord.
See, so there you go. All right, I love it. Thanks for
this one's
entertaining
got
that
some
quick. That's
mojo.
cool.
Like this is, like it's.
Oh, it does have the relic-y on it.
Yeah, and that's all natural, like bought in '70s. So it's like.
Oh, we got 3 springs on the back.
But I did have a local
big headstock.
It's a beard sale. A local guitar builder built this neck.
Beautiful.
For me to. He just took the measurements of my tongue.
Looks like the tiger maple, like the tiger.
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
Of
Yep.
thing.
It's very cool.
That is very cool, man. Thanks for showing that, Murray. I love it.
Of course.
And now maybe one day I'll see you live playing it. That's what I wanna
That'll
see.
be a letdown.
No, it wouldn't. I'm sure it wouldn't. No way. Stop. So, all right, as you moved along and you started playing with like Rose Landreth and all, did you buy any new gear for anything like that? Or you just keep what you had. You seem pretty utilitarian and
I just use what I've got and
make it work.
I actually did buy a Jazzmaster. I thought, I'm going to take this on the road, and then it wasn't the right one, and I just.
Sorry, but you don't look like a Jazzmaster guy.
Man, I had a
you don't have
1960.
The twisted beard.
Yeah, I had a 1960s Olympic white or 1960 Olympic white Jazzmaster that I got rid of for $1,500.
Oh, the things we
make
do.
Mistakes in our life.
Been there, done that. Well, that's always a question on some of the YouTube shows. Is like, what's a guitar you wish you didn't get rid of?
Oh man, I also had a 1971, my year, TV yellow Gibson SG that I got rid of. $1,500.
Yikes! I'm not even an SG guy, but that sounds like I would have snapped that up.
It was a great guitar. Oof.
Yeah, I love it. Now, currently, what type of like pedal board are we talking? Because I've been hanging out with Keeley a little bit and Walrus guys, and so run me through. Like you said, you were simple at first, the wah, and the overdrive, and are you still using? What's your board? Because I saw a video with you and your board, and I had to look up a pedal, and I'll bring it up here in a second.
Oh, sure.
You had the funky, but go ahead and what's on your board right now? If we were to head out and tour right now, what would you take, Murray?
Well, I have this Jim Dunlop volume pedal that's also a tuner, and so this is funny because Joey Landreth, I have mostly hand-me-down pedals because he gets thrown everything, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, he goes, "Oh man, do you want to try this?" I'm like, "Yeah,
sure."
So
it was the Line 6 Tone Core Echo Park.
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw you had that in a video, so I had to find that, and I've got one on my list in Reverb right now. So go ahead.
Way.
So
I highly recommend it. Man, mine went down after 15 years or something, and I had to find another one on Reverb. I got it in Japan.
Back to you. So what's your chain? What's your chain? You going from guitar to?
So I've got this crazy pedal that Joey just lent to me. I don't think this is out. I haven't seen it. It's
breaking news with Murray.
Yeah, I'll just unplug.
I might have to blank this part out. Whoa!
It's this Zollinger.
What is that?
Pedal.
It looks like a timer.
It's a bit of a drive pedal.
What?
I just keep it on the whole time.
It looks like you got it up a little bit, just enough to push it.
Yeah, at 30. It goes up to 100.
So what is that, overdrive?
Man, it's just a bit of a drive pedal, but like here's okay, so check this out. I don't know if this will translate, but so here's just clean, nothing else. E chord.
Okay.
That's not on. Here's the Zollinger. Can you tell?
Yeah. Boy, that woke up.
It wakes up. That's a good.
Like, so hello.
Yeah.
I'm looking them up right now on Instagram. I'll put them on here.
Yeah, I can't not have it on.
Zollinger Analog.
Zollinger Electro.
But their Instagram is Zollinger Analog.
And then I've got a Jim Dunlop volume and tuner all in one. It's a mini. And then I've got another little Crybaby mini. I've got this little Dan Electro fuzz because I'm just exploring fuzz.
And that's dirty.
Yeah, it's just dirty. It's just fun.
Doyle Bramhall's my when it comes to all that fuzz, man. Doyle, yeah.
And then I always have about 3 drives kind of going on the pedal board.
You stack them.
Just different levels, right? The first one would be this little Noble's ODR. It's just a good sounding. It's probably a little more drive than I normally have, but something like that. It's just a good sound.
I like that.
And then I've got this Mythos Herculean Deluxe Overdrive. Just for the more like, distortion, kind of closer to that rather. And there's two sides to it, so the other one's just
kind of like a
of
boost.
smoother.
More of a, yeah.
Just a nice sound. I've got this Analog Man mini chorus pedal that I use. I kind of don't use it much as a chorus, but I'll use it. I used to have this great Hughes and Kettner tube rotosphere. Like, I love the Leslie sort of sound. So I kind of just crank the heck out of this Analog Man. And I get that, like,
Wobbly.
For that, like, Mike Sterney, like, Schofield or whatever. All that sort of stuff.
Oh man, now you're almost taking me to church.
Yeah, I just love that sound every once in a while. Or just recording, like an effect and throw some delay on there or something, and like whatever, it's
like it.
So I've got that. I got that Echo Park, which is just my tried and true. Some people laugh because there's so many great delays and stuff out there, but here's my take on pedals. There's a lot of music in each pedal, and it takes forever to learn them all.
Yes.
And you can explore for years and still not, get the most out of that pedal. So it's just a good. Then I've got this Del Verb.
Wait a minute. Okay, the Del Verb. Yes, the Del Verb UA. Now that's a little more expensive pedal compared to the Line 6.
It is. And I use it mostly for the verb, but every once in a while I'll throw something on. I need crazy effect or whatever, and you get this. Just crazy sounds, yeah.
Ambient reverby kind of thing.
All this repetition of. So, there's a lot of music in that pedal.
Which pedal was that again? Was that the UA?
That's the Del Verb, yeah, the UA Del Verb.
Yeah. Incredible.
And then the tried and true Boss Tremolo TR2. Like, I just love it. Just sounds great to me.
I like it. Keeley gave me a Zoma, which is his new pedal. It has the trem on one side and reverb on the other and stuff. It's pretty
amazing.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and that's it. That's all I got. Three levels of drive, a couple of delays and verbs, and that chorus for some craziness, a wah, if I ever.
So you said the Line 6 tone core is still down there. I can't see your pedal board, but the Echo Park is still down there, right?
Yeah.
Do you set it and forget it with most of your pedals, like that one in particular, or do you actually use a little bit?
I'll tap it to the tempo of the song. Sometimes I want a slap out of it. Sometimes I want, longer delays or, dotted.
So you do change it slightly a little bit.
Oh, yeah, depending on the song.
So let's play something on that one for a second. Because that's such a, everybody knows the UA and all that stuff. And the no balls, the no balls, as Tom Bukovac calls it. He calls it the no balls.
You can just hear the gentle.
Almost Eric Johnson-y kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And then, if I want to slap or something. Whatever. It's just got that slappy sort of.
So when you're talking about slap, like I said, some people don't play guitar that listen to the show. Are you talking about a short delay time? Kind of like a quick.
You can hear it.
Quick,
here's a single.
A quick slap, right?
But
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah.
What are you at? Like, what do you think approximately?
man.
I mean, give me that. Yeah, you don't have to look exactly, but
I don't know what.
milliseconds. You're like
Oh man, yeah,
short, like 300 or something.
so short.
Yeah,
It doesn't even tell me on there.
right. Yeah, that's short. That's cool.
It's a throwback, you know. It's also nice for modern stuff though too, like even a just vibe, you know, depending on the vibe of the song.
It's like I'm trying to sing something that I don't even know. Well, I'm back for the attack. Karaoke with Murray. We're doing a whole bunch tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, that delays. I just you know, you get to know it, you use it, you know, in many ways. You know. It goes on forever.
Still going.
It's just a good pedal, man.
It is so cool, and like I said, I got one on my reverb right now, just tracking it. $150 used.
Oh man, you can't go wrong. You'll thank me.
It's used. It's like, because when you buy used like that, you can just resell it for that if you don't like it, you know. So, but I think the life lesson here, Murray, and all this is something you just mentioned a few times, was learning your equipment and learning how to use what you have.
There's a lot of music in all of those things. An amp, there's a lot to discover. In a guitar, there's a lot to discover. Pedals are fun because I love getting, like, say something. I actually always save a space for a treat pedal, I'll call it. So I bring a treat every time, which is like, oh, this thing does something, like when I'm out of ideas, I can press this and it's going to be mind blowing, you know, like, at least to me, or inspiring. So I love to have a space for a treat pedal every gig. And I just, you know, I
what would be your treat pedal right now?
Right now I'm using this Source Audio multi-wave distortion, which, man, I can get crazy sounds on. Here, I'll
go for it.
I'll quickly play it.
Yeah, no hurry, man. I'm good. No hurry for me.
Okay.
We're on your time, not mine.
I probably have to go. It's kind of like this I found this, there's a million settings on it, but it's really okay, so let me turn the delay down here.
I hear like a harmonizer or something on it, you know?
It sounds like it, yeah, so I can do it like. So if I play it hard, it reacts different too. You know, or just like, or real gentle. I can make it sound organy. Like, here we go. What's it? You know, it's just wild.
It reminds me kind of like the 70s Stevie Wonder thing.
Yeah. You know, it's that kind of clappy
Just
thing.
missing the head bob.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite Stevie Wonder song?
Oh man. Living for the City, maybe, or oh man.
Not Higher Ground, is it?
Higher Ground. I love. Just have to play it so many times. Man, Living for the City, or what's the one? Boom. I don't know.
It's, well, you know, you always.
I love everything off
Superstition.
Intervisions. Intervisions is my favorite record.
Did you ever go through a blues jam, a
man.
period epic in your life where like somebody like Stevie or something, or you just
Stevie
had
Ray
to play?
Vaughan was it. Like, you were just like, that is unbelievable. That sound, the conviction, the passion was just. Still, I don't know if that's been beaten. Like, that is just. I hear something like, and it's like, oh,
Do you
That
not
is
feel like I grew up in you and I
otherworldly.
grew up in the 70s, 80s when he was around. I was not really tuned into him up in Niagara Falls, in the 80s. It
Yeah,
wasn't until the
I did
90s where I got tuned in after his death and stuff. Where I
after his
actually
death.
got
Yeah,
tuned
no, I
in,
was
yeah.
into it before, and not to sound like, oh, I was cool, man. But I just, yeah, it affected me. I was like, wow, that is otherworldly. Like, I can't even believe what I'm hearing right now.
When
And
I
just
first
the
learned guitar, I was
conviction.
obsessed with them. Like my
Yeah.
wife and I were dating in the 90s after I got out of the
Yeah.
army, and it would just
Yeah.
be a VHS at night, Austin City Limits with him playing.
Oh,
And that was like
best.
my background.
Actually,
just
one of the
rewind
most
it.
legendary shows is Live at the El Macombo in Toronto.
That's it. I
Whew.
watched that one over and over. Yes.
Unreal.
Incredible. And I think what got me, like, I know you're trying to articulate it, the passion in that, but it was like he hit the gas pedal
Yeah.
and he just didn't let up.
No.
'Cause, I actually thought when I first started playing guitar and started finding out how hard it was to play,
Yeah.
I started thinking, like, is he like trying to break it?
I
Like, how
know.
hard is he hitting that thing? And
Yeah.
like, he's just going for it. And then he had an
I
amazing
know.
touch, like,
Oh, just
with
unbelievable.
Tim Panelli and all these songs. I'm just like, I don't know, but yeah, there's certain guys you just see. But, oof. All right. So, anyways,
He was pretty ridiculous.
from the sublime to the mundane.
Uh,
Just kidding. So you had some cool pedals there, buddy. And what's your go-to amp right now? Do you have a go-to, or what do you prefer for like
I've got
backline?
several amps. I've got like a two rock that I love. For gigging, I take this deluxe, this Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb out because it's 20 pounds.
Yes.
And for local gigs, I love it because it sounds. That's what I was playing through.
Nice.
It's 20 pounds, and like if I have to haul it up a bunch of stairs or whatever, I'm like, yeah, why would I bring my 70-pound amp?
And you got it direct out with amp,
I
with,
just-
with
that's just-
cab sims and stuff.
Yeah, it's just an old man, that's just old man stuff. I also have this Fender Pro Sonic I've had since the 90s, and Joey just worked on it. He actually just loved this amp because he grew up listening to me play on it, and he just he wants to tinker with amps, so it's a pretty killer amp. It's not something that was very popular with Fender because it's actually a triple rectifier, but it's a pretty fantastic amp.
Like, is it a 12-inch, 10-inch?
Two 10s in it.
210s, right? Yeah, okay.
Very punchy. Yeah, it's a cool amp. So those are the things that are just sitting around here. I've also got some Rev products like Winnipeg's Rev Central. So
Give Rev a plug. I mean, I've been watching Joey on the Rev videos.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
great.
So everybody in town has a D20, which is those little kind of amp. Like they have a cab simulator in them, and they're pretty fantastic. Like,
Is that before they started using the two notes in there?
the two note stuff is in there. Yeah.
It's in there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah, it's
for those
amazing.
of you who don't know what that is out there, that's a company that does really good like modeler type stuff and
Yeah.
and cap. Was it IRs and cab
Yeah.
sims and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
and my friend Paul Yee does all of those. Yeah, he does all those IRs for them.
So
Or
you
he
can go
did,
direct
for
out with that.
release
It's a
stuff,
D.
anyway.
Would you say it's a D20? Is that what it was? The Rev D20.
It's a
I've
killer
seen it.
amp. Yeah,
You
you've
can
seen
go
Shawn
direct
Tubbs.
Oh,
Yeah. Shawn Tubbs always got one in his video. It's pretty
Shawn
cool.
Tubbs is killer though. He's got the tilt pedal and all that stuff, I think, and all that
Yeah.
things.
There we go.
He's great. So all right, so you've got a little, once again, utilitarian. Oh yeah, you got the tilt.
Yeah. got
Oh
that.
yeah, I love it. You got it. Yeah, you got any new albums coming out anytime soon besides the Landreth one?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be. I had a very busy winter, of recording, which was fantastic, and so very excited about a couple records. The Brothers Landreth Dog Ears coming out. Ariel Posen just is put out a first single called Future Present Tense, and his album is pretty mind blowing. Really kind of different for him. Like it's a lot more sort of riff oriented and stuff, and of course the playing is amazing and unique and kind of innovative. I feel. So his record comes out. I worked with a singer songwriter named Noah Dirksen, whose record's coming out soon. And it's not guitar driven at all, but it's a great record. And yeah, oh man,
It's awesome.
I feel bad for all the people I'm not mentioning because there's been so much great music over the last year.
Now, I'm going to give you a couple questions real quick. Just shoot from the hip, man. You ready for this?
Okay. Oh boy, I'm not good at this.
What's the most Canadian thing you've ever done on tour? And people down here in Oklahoma will be like, "What is he talking about? Canadian
Yeah.
thing?" Like,
man.
What's the most Canadian thing?
Ate too much poutine on before a big long drive.
Oh, if poutine was a guitar pedal, what effect would it be? Come on.
Do they have a fart pedal? Do they have a fart pedal?
There
I
is
think they
one
do,
out
actually.
there.
Yeah.
A JHS or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's the one right there.
All right. What song do you secretly wish you wrote so you could retire early?
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Amazing. All right. If your guitar could talk, what would it complain about the most?
My fingers.
Your fingers. Quit touching me.
Yeah, my mind.
All right. Well, here's one. What's your guilty pleasure karaoke song?
Oh man. Some good ones out there. Oh man. Just a Gigolo. No, I don't know.
Oh.
David Lee Roth.
Or Kim Mitchell.
version.
Come on, you and I can do Kim
Oh,
Mitchell.
Kim Mitchell. Yeah, let's do.
Soda, Mazda.
Go for Soda. I'm down to sing it
Nobody
anytime.
dies.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. 2 more questions. If your music career was turned into a movie, which actor is absolutely not allowed to play you?
What actor is not allowed to play me?
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, because he'd be a better version of myself.
Oh, that's a great answer, Murray. Good job. All right, last question. Ready? If there were a Murray Pulver action figure, what accessories would it come with?
Man, what accessories? A football? Because I love football.
Football meaning American style football or actual soccer?
Well, we love Canadian football.
Oh, you're the CFL guy. So
3
we used to
downs,
have
man.
Doug Flutie came to Buffalo Bills
Oh yeah,
for a while
man.
back
Yeah,
then. Doug Flutie.
totally.
Man.
Yeah, I'm a huge football fan. Probably a football and a guitar. There you go.
Football and the guitar. I love it. And then trailing maybe like an amp, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Murray. Well, I appreciate you being on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Shawn. Thank you. It was a great pleasure talking to you, man.
All right. Well, I look forward to everything you got coming out. And for those of you who are interested in hearing Murray, or if you want to get a hold of him for production or jumping in on an album or something like that, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll pass it on to Mr. Murray.
Sounds great, man. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you too, buddy. Have a good day, big guy.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much.
Yep.